Good morning. Today we're working on lesson 9.4 in Everyday Math, and this lesson is called Exploring Elapsed Time, Square and Bridges, and we're just going to be talking about the time today. We're not going to do the whole exploration. Before we start, we're going to warm up with some time activities. So if we have 1 o'clock, and I ask the question, what is 15 minutes later than 1 o'clock, and what time is 15 minutes earlier? I want you to go ahead and calculate that in your head. Think about what's 15 minutes later and what's 15 minutes earlier. Okay, so when my time ends in 0, you can just add when we find later. So if I want 15 minutes later, I just add on 15 minutes. So it would be 1:15. When it's earlier, it means take away. So I just need to take away a 15. When I count by 15s with time, it goes 0, 15, 30, 45. And then 0 again. So I know that the 15 that came before the 0 would be 45. And then I have to go back to the previous hour, which is 12:45. Okay. How about 7:25? What time is 30 minutes later and then 30 minutes earlier? Well, with later, I can just add 30 minutes. So I kind of think about this as an addition problem. And I have 7:55. When I go earlier, I notice, unfortunately, that 30 is bigger than 25, which means that I'm going to have to go back into the previous hour. So I can take away 25 minutes, and that's going to get me to 7 o'clock, but I have to take away another 5 minutes, so it's going to take me to 6:55. Okay, last warm-up problem. Now it's 9:17. What time is 25 minutes later and what time is 25 minutes earlier? So we're again going to start with the later. I'm going to add 25 minutes. 7 plus 5 is 12. So I'm going to put a 2 and I'm going to carry my 1. I'm going to change that into a 10. So I have a 10, I have a 20, I have another 20, so that's 40. And I still am within the 9 o'clock hour, so it's 9:42. When I take away 25 minutes, I notice that 25 is bigger than 17, so that means I'm going to be in my previous hour. I can go ahead and take away 17 to get me to 9 o'clock. And then I'm left with needing to take away 8 more minutes to get a full 25. So I'm at 9 o'clock and I take away 8 more minutes. It's going to be 8:52. Today, we're going to practice, we're going to use our elapsed time skills to make some plans, kind of like teachers do. So here's the last part of our warm-up. It says, Jamar wants to know what time field day activities will end. He looks at the schedule to find out how long each activity lasts. Then he draws an open number line. Help Jamar finish his open number line. Field day end time. Okay. So field day begins at 9:15 for him. That's why he has 9:15 there. He's added in relay races for 20 minutes. That's here. He's added one water break. That's there, right here. But he still needs to add a second water break, double dutch, hula hoop, and long jump. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some things in. Let's put the long jump. I'm going to call it LJ, long jump, and I'm going to add 10 minutes there. And I'm going to give myself a check. It's really helpful to check yourself, like give yourself checks as you're moving through the checklist, okay? I'm going to add hula hoop next. That's going to be 15. I'm going to call it HH. Then I'm going to put in another water break, WB. And then finally, he ends with double dutch, and that's type of jump roping. So now I have to add everything up. Okay, so he added 20 minutes, that got him to 9:35. He added 5 minutes, that got him to 9:40. He added 10 minutes, and that got him to 9:50. He added 15 minutes, and that's going to take him to 10:05. He added 5 more minutes, that takes him to 10:10. And then finally, he adds 20 minutes, and that takes him to 10:30. So field day would end at 10:30 a.m. That's a really short field day. Anyways, today you're going to be using similar strategies to plan a field trip to the zoo. Okay, so on our website, you will see this activity card, and it'll be important to have this up the whole time that you are planning your zoo field trip because it gives you some things that you need to remember. So let's go ahead and read this together. It says, what you need: math journal, page 283. You don't really need a toolkit clock. It is okay. What to do: use the City Zoo schedule to plan a field trip for Miss Bernstein's third grade class. 1. The children will arrive at the City Zoo at 9:30 a.m. and must leave by 2 p.m. 2. Show the times at which each activity will begin and end. 3. The plan must include the Predator or Prey show, the Rainforest Animal Show, the Endangered Reptiles exhibit, 1 or 2 other activities, and a 30-minute lunch break. Record your plan on journal page 283. Just to note, you can have activities go right up to the next one. So like if something ends at 10, something else can start at 10. You're assuming that you've built in like bathroom breaks and walking between each event. Okay, so I'm going to keep coming back to this page because we're going to use this section as like a checklist like I just did with the field day. To go to all of these things, and they have a full day. So your field trip should include these 3 exhibits or shows right here, 1, 2, 3. It needs to have at least 1 other activity, so 4 and or 5 things, and you have to have a 30-minute lunch break. So I'm going to give you an example to start, and then you don't have to use my example. You can continue on your own and checklist. So I'm going to go over here, and I've already gotten at least 1 other activity, so I can check that off. And I have my Predator and Prey show. So I'm working on adding in these 3 other things and maybe 1 other activity. Okay, so on page 283, you see this blank page, and it says, use activity card 98 and fill out the schedule for Miss Bernstein's third grade class to follow at the City Zoo. You may use your toolkit clock or draw an open number line at the bottom of this page. Okay, so what your job is you need to plan an entire field trip so that the kids are a totally different one. So I'm looking over here, and because we don't arrive at the zoo until 9:30, this won't work for us, and this won't work for us. And you also have to pay attention to how long these things usually take. That's going to be really important. Okay, so I'm thinking as soon as we get to the zoo at 9:30, we're going to go to the Big Cat's habitat. I'm going to call it Big Cats. And that's going to last 25 minutes. So 9:30 plus 25 minutes is 9:55, which is perfect because Predator Prey starts at 9:55. And how long does it last? It lasts for 30 minutes. So 9:55 plus 30 minutes is going to be 10:25. And then I'm going to go from there. Remember, you have to be done by 2:30. And I suggest kind of making yourself eat. This is really important over here to record how long activities take. So, your job today is to do page 283 and plan that field trip. And when you're done, you're going to upload it to Seesaw, and the assignment's going to be called Field Trip. You are going to skip page 284. We are not doing page 284. You will do page 285. You do not need to upload it. It is a math box. And then finally, you will also have your home link, 9.4. And then one last thing at the end, and it's really short. You just have a video to watch about a new way of playing Top It. About multiplication Top It. You do not have to play it, but I want you to watch the video. Good luck.